Salvete omnes, this is Emilia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I finally beat Bravely Default 2. I say finally, even though that was a 100-hour RPG that I finished in a month and a half. It was a decent game, but it definitely needed more time in the kiln. I don't think it was as good as the first game or the second. Definitely not Bravely Second. But it's one less game to distract me anyway. And I had enough self-control not to immediately start Trails of Cold Steel 4 after that. But we're here to talk about Trails in the Sky. In the last episode, we beat the Ravens and got a key to the sewer from them. So that's what we'll do this time. It's the west block, so we go west from here. And down here. Now this one is not very obvious. It's way back behind here. Yeah, that's actually pretty well hidden. At least if you check the map and notice that door and wonder where it goes to anyway. So, unlock it, and down we go. Yeah, this is actually a completely optional dungeon. You don't have to do it to beat the game, but there is a side quest associated with it. A couple of side quests, actually, if I remember correctly. And there's no reason not to. There's more treasure and more opportunities for experience and all that. So, here's our first enemy, which I don't think I actually... Yeah, I didn't. Okay. It is a mad snail. Weak to everything except water. It's a conch-shelled monster lurking in water, has other skills besides a hard shell for defense. See how it does with being hit with a stick. Punch the snail. And shoot the snail. Yeah, simple enough to deal with. So one more hit should do it. Incidentally, those don't really look that much like snails. At least not the kind I'm used to with the spiral shells. Maybe there's some sort of cone snail or something. Well, here's another one anyway. And that time we did get the preemptive. Okay. Let's do a hurricane. Will that actually hit both of them? Okay. Just barely, but it will. I think that's as far out as they can go, given the shape of the battlefield. So I'll go ahead and do a quick draw, too. You missed. Olivier, how do you miss a snail? And I'll just keep punching it, and keep hitting it with the stick, and it'll go down easily enough.
We're good to go.
Also, those drop time sepiths, though they're definitely worth fighting. Yep. Let's go for an aerial. Probably shouldn't have actually had him take his turn, considering he could have knocked it out of the radius of that, but I think it'll work still. And you can probably just pass. It's just a pity that wasn't on a Sepith bonus turn. See, that really looks like it shouldn't hit the outer one. But it does. Go ahead and pass a couple of turns so I can get that bonus.
They messed with the wrong guy.
I will say one thing that I didn't like about Bravely Default 2 that's also in this game is not having dungeon maps. Like, for the most part, the dungeons in this game are at least fairly straightforward. I say as we come to a split path. So, what's this way? A stairway. So we should probably go the other way first. we have a big room. And another new enemy. You wanted to say hi. We have a great moth, which is weak to fire. An insect with wings that shed petrifying snails. Petrifying snails? Petrifying scales. Becomes quicker after being wounded. So, like a speed buff type of thing? Whatever, we'll punch it.
Take that.
Alright. What you got? Oh, it can poison you too. That wasn't mentioned in the description. Okay, well fortunately that missed. Or at least the status effect did. Considering how much damage poison does in this game, it's a good thing it doesn't stick around after battle. We should probably heal Joshua, actually. I guess that's good enough for now. So we have another choice of path. Remember when I said the dungeons in this game are straightforward? I guess we'll go this way first. And it's another moth. See how you like petrification. Pity we pretty much have to let it get the... Well, actually it doesn't matter since the one that gets the critical bonus is petrified. Ow. Speedy little turds, aren't they? Whoops. Why did you default to that one?
They messed with the wrong guy.
Okay, does Zen have healing magic? I forget. He does, okay. The difference in magnitude between the first tier heal spell and the second one is striking. The second one is 5 times the first. Don't be shocked now, but it's empty. No way! And we got another tier balm. Sure, I've been finding a lot of those in chests. And we have another moth that we get to sneak up on this time. Just do the same thing we've been doing. And do another hurricane. And do another pew pew. Oh, nothing to it.
We're good to go.
And we have another stairway. Branching paths all over the place. Well, I guess let's follow the choose-your-own-adventure principle of follow one path till the end, and then double back and take the other, and take a different one. And find another moth. Of course, it only drops fire and wind, Sepith. I'm sure we don't need fire, and I don't think we need wind, so they're not a huge priority to fight. We might as well do that. One down and one to go. And 0 to go.
That's that then. Let's move out.
So another treasure chest. And another tier of balm. The chest is empty. Are you surprised? No, not really. I have an awfully long path for just that. So we already went that way, and fortunately the enemy didn't respawn. So let's try this way. and we have another branching path. I choose door number 1. Another snail. And we have 4 enemies this time. Well, how about one of these? Can't go wrong with Ariel, right? I will say Zin is definitely not set up for hitting multiple things. He's great at hitting one thing, but when it comes to attacking more than one enemy, he's out of luck. They really do seem to like going for Zin. I mean, I guess he's tanky, he can handle it, and if I remember correctly, he has a self-heal craft anyway. Just waiting for Joshua to finish casting. And there he goes. Okay, I should have been attacking them. That actually didn't deal as much damage as I expected. Okay, how about a Hellgate? And maybe one of these, too. And again, I can probably just wait for the caster. Ah, there we go. No more poison. We have the power of Kung Fu, I don't know. Power of... I guess it would be the power of Taito, but I forget if it's ever called that in this game.
We're good to go.
Anyway, there we go. Come down here. I'm surprised that was a preemptive attack. That looked like an ambush. Actually, I'm gonna go for a white Gehenna. And just in case that doesn't finish him off, another one. I'd rather that be an aerial, but I wasn't really thinking about it at the time. Yeah. Goodbye.
Enjoy the show.
Wow, a lot of wind sepith from that. I guess I know where to go if I ever need that. And here we find another Tira Balm. I say, didn't you loot me once before already? Yes, is your memory that short? That short term? So let's see, we go over here. Wait, that's where we came from, okay. We go the opposite direction. And that's our quest monster, even though it doesn't look big enough for it. Exterminate! And it's a whole lot of crabs. So let's go ahead and do another white Gehenna. And... alright, time to meet Mr. Angry Eyes! Yeah, like I said, Zin is not good at hitting more than one thing at once. In fact, I don't think he has anything that can multi-target right now. So what are these things? Scissor Hands. 980 HP, very weak to all elements. A nocturnal monster, aims for enemies' weak points with its claws. So I guess in Soviet Liberal, enemy crabs attack your weak point for massive damage. And they're weak against arts if you couldn't tell from their elemental affinity. So does he have anything at all? Well, he has Earth Wall, but that doesn't count. So I guess punch the crab. And you can shoot him. Well, we got 6 of them anyway. Well, that did some good damage. I feel like this tends to be a series where large groups of weak enemies are easier to take down than one big strong enemy. It's like multi-target magic doesn't decrease in power the more things you hit with it, like it does in something like Bravely. And there we go. And it only has 68 HP. I might as well get this epith up. Of course, it only drops time and space, or fire and space anyway, the two least useful elements. But quest mounts are down anyway. Exterminated monsters in Grancel Sewers West Block. I'm not used to that being plural. So we can't get those chests over there. So we'll just have to double back and take a different path. Let's see what's behind door number 2. Another stairway. And we can't do anything here. We need to hit that switch, and we can't do anything about that just yet. I forget if that's part of the east block, or if we just have to be in a different room, but here's another treasure chest, and yet another Tira Balm. The chest is empty, because you emptied it. Thief! Okay, so we go back. And we go back again. And now we take this door that we passed up the first time. Snail. It's so nice to fight enemies that I can just fight normally without worrying about them counterattacking me or taking extra turns for me doing almost anything. Not that I'd have any recent experience with that or anything. Cough cough, Bravely Default 2.
Take that.
I guess a lot of the cannon fodder doesn't tend to be that dangerous in Trails anyway, with obvious exceptions like the crocofish and stuff. Fight the snail. Yeah, those are spaced just to the point where I can hit them with some things, but there's not really that much point in doing so since there are only 2 of them anyway. And petrification. They didn't even get a turn. I guess they are snails, and snails are not known for being fast. We have another treasure chest. And chomping spare rib. Just when that was pluralized. The chest is so empty it hurts. Relatable. So that is actually the final food item that we can get, the final recipe of the game. So it heals 800 HP and buffs our strength and defense, which seems not as powerful as some of the other stuff we've gotten, like this and that. But there it is. If we wanted to fill out the recipe book in its entirety, we could just eat all the food we have and get really fat, but know all the recipes. Another pair of snails for good measure. So we should be about ready to go back up to the surface. I don't think there's anything else we can actually do in here. We took every path that we could find, unless I'm forgetting something. And we can't get those special chests at the bottom because there's no way to access them from here. So we'll just fight more snails and have done with it.
They messed with the wrong guy.
we don't need to fight though, that one. Let's just get out of here. Well now, wasn't that a lovely excursion? Might as well report into the Bracer Guild too, since we did clear that monster. At least if I could remember where the heck the Bracer Guild is in this big city. 4 whole screens, that's pretty big for an RPG city. Or a city in an RPG, I mean. Alright, did we get anything new? Oh hey, we actually do! It's a good thing we reported that. And we get the gladiator belt, which is probably the best accessory in the game. Except maybe the skull pendant. Or, not the skull pendant, the Grail locket is the one I'm thinking of. So, the gladiator belt... Let's see, who do I want that on, actually? So, the gladiator belt recovers your CP automatically during battle. Which is actually better than the headband, because that only makes your existing CP go up more. Now, I actually don't really have a good person for that immediately, because Joshua already has something, and for some reason that debuffs your defense in this game. And he's really the only one who needs to use crafts right now. But we have Olivier in the party, so might as well give it to him. He can shoot things more. So congratulations. You have a new shiny. And in the next episode, we will be heading back to the arena. Excuse me, old man. So I'll see you then.